Hi everyone, it's Mr. Bologna, and thanks again for joining me. For today's lesson, I'm going to cover one of my favorite artists, Hebru Brantley. He's a fellow Southsider from Chicago, and I will show his work, why he does it, and then cover what you're going to do for your art lesson. Next. So, to get started today, I have 3 parts that I want to share about Hebru Brantley. The first part, I found this really cool clip on Hebru Brantley himself, and he talks about what has inspired him to do his artwork. After we watch that, the second step is I'm going to take you on a trip to Nevermoor. What's Nevermoor, you ask? Well, it's a place that he created in the Pilsen neighborhood in Chicago, and I was fortunate enough to go there in 2019. So I'll share the footage that I took then. Then the third and final step, I want you to start thinking about if you were a superhero, what would you look like and what would your powers be? That's what you're going to create starting this week and finishing it up next. So first, let's start with a video clip with Hebru Brantley. Check it out.
Bob Ross, Bulls, Brantley. Growing up on the south side of Chicago, that's where I established a lot of, my early childhood relationships and friendships and, even, art styles and, learn how to play basketball. So it's definitely sort of embedded in my DNA. I am Chicago. I bleed for this city. This is my city. And, the south side grew me. I first realized I wanted to be an artist around the time, I think, when like coloring books first became a thing. My mom might take that 1 page out of 40 that I've colored and, put it on the refrigerator for a couple days or weeks. That's one of the earliest memories I have, just where that felt good, felt natural, felt right. My first influences were cartoons. I think that was sort of the first art form that really held my attention and the first thing that I started to emulate. Sorry. My work represents a few different things. One mainly is hope. It's approachable, it's a little whimsical, it has some social commentary, but ultimately I want to leave people with a good feeling. I want to, engage with that light I think that certain people let go dim within them. I use a lot of different influences in the work. Superheroes is one theme that I think is a sort of a reoccurring thing. I feel personally that we don't have enough of that feeling of upliftment, that feeling of being protected, that feeling of being watched over. I'm not that. Oh man. As the demand for the work has grown, it's been really important for me to have a solid team around. We do a lot more merchandising than just straight up painting or sculpting. And so, needing someone to head up the graphics or take a design that I've created and embellish it a bit further, it's really important, and it's a lot of back and forth. I think allowing for me to sort of be able to share things in the moment, has definitely kept the creative energy up and high. And, it's just like doing a lot more collabs with different companies. Being able to sort of tap into something really fast and, they get it back to me and it's seeing what that is and having these changes and implementing things on the fly has really helped out a lot. Now let's talk about heroes, okay? We're talking about a man that revolutionized the Canadian tux. We need a Bob Ross day. That idea that I can just wake up and make cool stuff, or what I perceive as cool, I think that alone is what helps motivate me out of bed every morning. Because you gotta create.
Now, I know you want to do some cool stuff just like Hebru Brantley just said, but before you do that, I want to take you on this tour to Nevermoor. It's a place that Hebru Brantley and his whole team created in the Pilsen neighborhood. It's like you walked into his artwork, you walked into his mind, you walked into his imagination. Check it out and then start thinking about what kind of superhero you want to create, just like his creation, Flyboy. When I walked into Nevermoor, the first thing you'll notice is it seems like you're walking into a typical art gallery. You see a lot of Brantley's drawings, his canvas work, and sculptures. But then, as you walk down that first gallery, you will see that there is a door entering to a whole different world, the Flyboy universe. When you round the corner, Brantley takes us on an adventure of the things that has inspired him throughout his life. Here we see a newsstand of the magazines, comic books, and newspapers from his childhood living in the south side of Chicago. But then when you turn around from that newsstand, you see this enormous sculpture of Lil Mama, one of Brantley's superhero creations. I felt like I entered this fully immersive, glowing, colorful, urban landscape. The environment was playful. It seemed like it was the headquarters of Flyboy and Lil Mama. Hebru Brantley created this wonderful, positive world that all people of all ages and all colors could appreciate. All right, now I know you're ready to start your own superhero. So you have some different options here. First option, you can straight up start in your sketchbook, starting with pencil. Another way you can start is using any of the art apps and drawing it there. A third option is taking a photo of yourself, maybe in a superhero pose, and then adding a layer to it in like Art Studio app. It's really up to you. Artist choice. I'm going to share with you a couple of the options. The first option that I'm showing you right now is I did a pencil sketch of an idea that I have of making myself into a superhero called Quick Draw. Check it out. Your goal for this first week is simply to come up with a great idea and start your pencil sketch. There is no need to finish and complete the whole project. We have next week to do that. If you want to just take a picture of yourself and then draw over the photo in using any of the art apps, that's another option too. Here I placed a photo of myself on the app Procreate, and then on another layer I started adding the details to Quick Draw's superhero outfit. By the way, if you do this step, there is no need to make the background green, but I'm going to make it a lot easier for myself because I know next week I want to place my superhero in some sort of background. Having a background for your superhero will be an optional step next week. Before you get started on your own superhero, here's a fun fact. You probably noticed my hoodie, right? It is a Benny the Bull Flyboy mashup. Hebru Brantley got together with the Chicago Bulls and did this collaboration and hooked up a whole bunch of people with this hoodie during one of the Bulls games. Here's another thing I wanted to share with you. You're gonna get a kick out of this. It is a Benny the Bull Flyboy bobblehead. How cool is that? It's like the best of two worlds. The basketball NBA world along with the art world. You can't get any better than that. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions as you work on your superhero, just ask your art teacher. They're either watching this with you right now, or if you're watching this on your own, you can always contact them on Seesaw. I will see you next week when we finish up your superhero using any art tools that you want. All right, everyone, take care. Bye.